How's it going, everybody? Today is episode 3 of the John Boat rebuild. Today we're going to be finishing the frame and drawing the hatches here on this board here by going underneath the frame and drawing them out from there. So make sure you stay to the end of the video to see the finished product. First thing first is we got to get this piece right here. I ended up splitting this piece. I did have it done, but then when I was putting in these angle brackets, that's when it split. So we got another piece here that we're going to be using. Same wood, for some reason it's just a little bit darker of a color, but I'm gonna be using that. So we gotta run one there, and then just like we have this one here, we gotta do the same thing on the other side, and then we're also going to put a piece of wood in those two spaces right there. Okay, so we did get our line draw here. So the only thing that concerns me is this wood is actually already starting to split here. So what I'm probably going to do, and once again, these frames can be replaced out. I think I said that something about this live well framing right here. This framing can kind of be repaired and stuff like that. But, so if it ever needs to be repaired, I can always replace it. But it is starting to split right there. So what I'm going to do is actually drill pilot holes, which I probably should have done with everything here. But I'm going to drill pilot holes to decrease my chances of that wood splitting or furthering that split. But we're going to use the circle saw to cut this piece of wood here, 21.5. It's a little under 21.5, but that's what this is measured out as. And just like that, we got it measured and cut. It is a very small split. It doesn't even go that far deep, but it is right there next to the edge. So I'm just going to take it cautiously and still drill those pilot holes. Okay, we got that one all secured and screwed in. So now we're going to move to that piece. Just like that, how that is, but just over there. And just like that, we got that one in. So now we're going to work on to both of those supports that go across there. It's just gonna connect them in the middle. It's gonna make them a little bit more sturdy. Because right now, they're not the sturdiest, because I did scrap the whole shelf-like idea. But they can still, each one can still hold all of my body weight. But they're not the sturdiest. So hopefully putting that piece across will increase that sturdiness. And just like that, we got both of the support beams across right there for these two pieces right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that piece of plywood, which fits perfect right here, and then I'm going to put it on top of here. I'm going to grab this pencil, wherever it went, and I'm going to get very sawdusty, but I'm going to outline all of these cabinets right here. Alrighty, we got the deck on the frame, and so now I'm going to crawl underneath there, and I'm going to outline all of the cabinets, and it's going to be a pain in the butt, but I got to do it. There ain't no other way to do it because this frame is permanent in this boat right now. I can't get this out. I could, but I have to unscrew a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm not going to do that. So I have to crawl underneath there and outline all of them. For these up here, I'm going to have to do about 1 million measuring to figure those out because there is that bench right here. So that blocks me from getting all the way back into here. Okay, so I am partially underneath here, and this is what this is looking like. So I'm going to take my pencil, if I get my arm around here, I'm going to take my pencil and go up here and outline all of these framings. Okay, so now I just went underneath there and drew up all of those. So now I'm going to probably take this off, put those on the boards, and I have to cut out those hatches. So here's the plan. I was originally going to have the live well open up like this, traditionally, on how live wells normally do. But since there's going to be no room with this beam here, because I have 1, 2, 3 cabinets here, there's going to be no room to be able to attach a hinge there. So I'm actually going to have the live well open up like this, which is going to look a little odd, but it's going to save me in the end. And I'm just going to copy that, the same thing with the ice box right there. And then all of these cabinets that go right here will open up like this. Alrighty, so this is what this looks like right here. So we've got the live well right here. We've got the chill box right here, which is flip-flopped on the boat since this is upside down. We've got number 1, number 2, and number 3 tackle storages. Here's a tackle box to demonstrate the size of these hatches right here. I'd say this is just your normal tackle box size. Alrighty, so what I'm doing here is so this is 1.5 inches, about 1.5 inches. This looks uneven because this line isn't straight here. So it's 1.5 inches with these beams right here. So I need them to sit half and half on those beams. So I'm going 3/4 of an inch onto those beams, and I'm cutting out all 3 of these cabinets into one cabinet, and I will split them later. So now I got those drawn where those need to be. So now I'm going to move on to the live well and the chill box. Okay, now I'm finishing drawing out all of the cutting lines. Now I'm going to cut it, which, yes, I'm a little bit nervous, but as long as I keep my blade on this side of the line, I should be all right, especially right here, because yes, this does look a little off, and it's like just barely, it's barely 1/8 of an inch off here. So wish me luck. I'm going to start out with the jigsaw, and then I will switch over to the circle saw once I have enough room. Alrighty, we got the first section here cut out, which is the live well and the cool box. Once again, just clarifying on that. And so it is a little bit chippy right here, but we're going to take some sandpaper later on after we get that one out and just smooth all these, and especially I put it up here. As you can see, it fits really nice here. I can't see on the other side, but fits really nice here, and we're just gonna take some sandpaper to these edges and kind of smooth them out. Alrighty, we got it back up here on the deck. So with this here, as you can see here, it's flush fitting, which the carpet is going to add 1/8 of an inch on both sides. So I need to cut 1/4 inch off of this, off of the cabinet here. I could cut 1/8 and 1/8, but that's too much work and I'm not gonna do that. So just cut 1/4 inch off of here. On this side, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. And then what I'm going to do here, because remember there's still this little piece right here, which is gonna be a pain in the butt, but I'm going to take 1/8 and 1/8 off, but still 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 here. Okay, I know we skipped forward a lot here, but we got every single hatch cut and placed in here just perfect. So it is getting late though, so I am going to call it for a day. And tomorrow morning, I am going to fiberglass resin this whole thing here, this outer piece right here. Not these, because once I fiberglass resin and carpet this, that's when I will start doing stuff to this, because then I can cut and adjust these according to the carpet, because the carpet is going to add a little bit. Okay, so now we got it set up underneath here, underneath our deck here. And now we are going to put the top layer of fiberglass resin on top of this board here to keep it waterproof. Alrighty, so we got it all covered here, and now we're going to wait. It's probably about 30 minutes, and then we'll flip it over and we'll do the other side. But before we do that, I'm going to go, and we are going to go and get this back deck ready and cut and get these hatches cut out. Okay, we got it in here, and we got the second board in here screwed in. So now I just drew out this slot that's going to be open for this place right here. That way this is for the motor, and then also I can run bilge pumps. So bilge pump and then live well out pump. Okay, so we got that cut in here, and there's a little bit of space here, but the carpet will fill that, same with over here. So the only thing is if we come over here on this side, this is looking pretty good within spacing right here. The carpet will kind of fill that in if there's a little bit of space right here. That's okay. But if we come over here, it's looking good here, looking good here. But when I cut this, I didn't have a straight cut, and it's exposing quite a bit there. So we're gonna have to find a really small piece of wood to put in here. I lied, it'll only actually have to go from here to here, because all of this here will be cut off. Which brings me to my next thing. I'm going to cut off the excess here. As you can see, there's quite a bit. And just like that, while we have it upside down here, I'm going to go and, just like I did with these, I'm going to go and grind these screws down. Okay, so we got it in here and cut it just perfect. So it's just barely a lip over top of this piece right here. And so what I've kind of decided is I'm just going to leave it here. I kind of put it in there. So now it's about even. I could wedge something in there like that and figure it out from there. But I mean, it's a very small gap, and the carpet is going to add quite a bit to it. So I'm hoping once I add the carpet and everything that it's going to kind of hide that a little bit more. And if there's a gap there. And then we'll also have this piece right here going across. So hopefully I'll cover it up a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure and cut out these hatches here. For this one, I'm going to use one of those pieces of wood to use that as the hatch, because I can't have this thing right here with that. And then cut this one out here too. And then otherwise after that, all I gotta do is put some fiberglass resin on it and call it a day for this back section here. Alrighty, I got all of the hatches here drawn up, and now we're going to cut them out. Like I said, this one here is going to be cut out and kind of not thrown away, but just, I'm gonna be using one of those pieces over there for this hatch because I can't have this middle piece here with it. I am going to have to cut at an angle and then come up here with the cut because there's this little tiny piece right here. Alrighty, so we got all the hatches cut out. Here is number 1, which will go right there. And here's number 2, which will go right there, right there. And then we have to cut one out for the middle one there. Alrighty, so now we got these hatches all made up here. So they are all cut out, and I just need to trim this one here to counter for the carpet. But, so now what we are probably going to move on, since this front decking is still drying and we've only got the front side, because I thought that in the cold that it would, the hardener would work faster. It's actually the opposite way. In the hot, it works faster. So that's been set out there for about 2 hours now, and it's still not done yet. It's getting there. But what I'm probably going to do now is build the walls and floors for these hatches with this, and I've got some stuff in the shed over there. Okay guys, so I completely forgot to record it when I put these in here, but as you can see, I put this board down here and I puttied the section up here because I had to split it down the middle. But these are all the boards to make the cabinets here, and I completely forgot to record when they were in. And it's just going to take me way too long to put them all back in and show you guys. But I promise you, next episode I will be showing you guys, but we are gonna have to end it today. So thank you everyone for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe and drop a comment on how you feel about this whole John Boat project. And we will see you guys next time.